Hello friends, this video on Playing with Numbers part 29 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now that we have learnt about prime factorization and we have also learnt about factors, common factors. So now we will learn about highest common factor. Now we saw that two numbers can have a common factor. Now we also saw that two numbers can have multiple factors in common. So which would be the highest common factor? That is what we are going to determine in this section. So highest common factor, which is abbreviated as HCF, is the highest of the common factors of two or more numbers. Now you might be thinking, what is the significance of finding out the highest common factor? So we will get to know the significance once we talk about its applications. So in day-to-day life, we come across many such problems whose solution lies in finding the highest common factor between two or more numbers. So what are those real life examples? We will talk about them slightly little later. So for now, let us first try to understand how do we find highest common factor or HCF. So let us take examples of some numbers. Let us try to find out the highest common factor of 15 and 20. So for that, let us first find out the factors of 15. What are the factors of 15? 1, 3, 5 and 15. Similarly, let us note down the factors of 20, and that would be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. Now by now you know how to find factors, right? So you will be able to find the factors of both 15 and 20. Now let us mark the common ones. 1 is a common factor to both of them. 5 is also a common factor to both of them. So what are the common factors? So if we talk only about the common factors are 1 and 5. So which is the highest common factor? That is 5. So 5 is the HCF between 15 and 20. So let us take another example. Let us talk about 24 and 36. So if you have to find out the highest common factor between 24 and 36. Again, let's make a note of all the factors of 24. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Let's make a note of the factors of 36, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. So let us encircle the common factors. So 1 is a common factor, 2 is a common factor, 3 is again a common factor, 4 is a common factor, 6 is also a common factor, and after that you have 12 as a common factor. So you have so many common factors. So if you talk about the common factors, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. And which is the highest common factor? That is definitely 12. So HCF of 24 and 36 is 12. Now, what is the meaning of HCF basically? It is the highest common factor, or we can say that it is the greatest common divisor. That means it is the greatest value which can divide both of these numbers exactly. So if you divide 24 by 12, you will get 0 remainder. If you divide 36 by 12, you will get a 0 remainder. So that means 12 is a divisor for both 24 and 36, and it is the greatest common divisor. This is the greatest possible number which can divide both 24 and 36 exactly. So that is the exact meaning of highest common factor or HCF, or it is also sometimes called as GCD, that is greatest common divisor, but most commonly it is termed as HCF. Okay, so let me quickly recap. What is HCF? HCF denotes that number which divides two or more numbers exactly, and it is the greatest possible number which can divide two or more than two numbers exactly. For example, in this case, 5 is the greatest possible number which can divide 15 and 20 exactly. 12 is the greatest possible number which can divide 24 and 36 exactly. And that is what is HCF. Where do we need this? We will learn about that very soon. Okay, so even though we will discuss about it a little later, let me give you a small example. Let us suppose that you have two big bags containing, say, rice. and they are like huge bags. Maybe they would have come for some function at your home, and one bag is of 24 kgs. The other bag is of 36 kgs. Okay, so these are the two bags that you have. Now you need to weigh those bags. So you actually need the weights that we put on the weighing machine to weigh those bags, right? Now, what is that weight that would be able to measure both these bags exactly? Now, you know, right, how the weights are. Like, you get the weights in the dimensions of, say, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, and so on. So, what is that weight which will be able to weigh both the bags? Let's say if you have, what is that maximum weight which will be able to weigh both the bags? So in this scenario, do you think that HCF can help you? So if you say that a weight of 12 kgs might help you, that's absolutely correct, because if you have a 12 kg weight, just 2 12 kgs would make it 24. Again, 3 12 kgs would make it 36. Why is that possible? That's because 12 divides both 24 and 36 exactly. So even if you have not understood the example, that's fine, because we are going to spend a lot of time trying to understand the applications of HCF. But what I'm trying to say is HCF is not a theoretical concept. We study this because we make use of it in our day-to-day life, in solving our day-to-day problems. So we will discuss that a little. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.